Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Saturday, October 17th. We're getting today's play that a quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up looking at the upcoming UFC Fight Night 180 card, and we ended up giving out a two-pick parlay on that. So if you've not checked out the video, you can do so, as that will be taking place on Saturday. So it's not too late for you to potentially look at the video and to put in a parlay. But other than that, though, looking at today's card, I know that you have a couple baseball games going on. The video with Scott Steen should be up at some point in the next couple of hours. And we also have college football, which Scott and I broke down earlier in the week. Overall, though, there is one event that people haven't really been talking about as much as they probably should be. And it's going to be the first time we've talked about it on this show. It's going to be boxing. And we're going to be talking about the title fight between Lopez and Lomachenko. And in this fight, Lomachenko is the huge favorite here, as he's roughly minus 400. Open up roughly minus 347. Up to around minus 400, minus 440, depending on where you shop around. But for this matchup, we're going to take a little bit of a value play here. We're going to go for an exact outcome. We're going to be taking Lomachenko by decision, which is available at plus 100 on Fox Bet, a time recording of 2:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, a couple reasons why I like Lomachenko in this fight. But first of all, we're going to break down both fighters, and I feel like you'll understand why. Lomachenko is currently 14-1. He's pound for pound one of the best fighters on the planet. His only loss came by a controversial decision loss in his second career fight in 2014. A couple low blows here and there, split decision loss, very controversial. But ever since then, he has just smacked people. There's really no other way to put it. He owns numerous belts. He's one of the best fighters on the entire planet. And he also has a ton of gold medals, won the gold medal in the Olympics in 2008, 2012, won the World Championship gold medal, etc. He is tremendous, and at the age of 32, he's still well in his prime. And I expect him to put together a very good showing once again, as he has a chance to defend his belt one more time. Now, looking at his opponent in this matchup, you have Lopez, who is from somewhat in my area. He's from New York. He's from Brooklyn. And overall, a very solid fighter. He is currently 15-0, 12 wins by knockout. Definitely a rising star, which is perfectly fitting because his nickname is The Takeover, because he's trying to take over this entire weight class, division, etc. But if you want to actually break down the flaw that I have with him, it's the fact, two things. One, he's only 23 years old. So he is very, very young, especially for a guy who's going to be facing arguably pound for pound the best boxer on the planet. And I think that's going to be a serious issue for him, as Lomachenko should be able to use experience to be a little bit crafty and to, score some points on the scorecards. But the main reasons why I do like Lomachenko is the fact that if you look at Lopez's career, he really has not gone the distance at all. He's gone to a decision once in his career out of 12 rounds, and I think that's a little bit concerning. Now, I know you might say, well, he usually wins by knockouts, so that's why. And that is true, but I do think that stamina might play a factor in this fight, especially as Lomachenko, with his elite movement and defensive ability, should be able to prolong the fight, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Lopez try to throw a bunch of heavy punches in the earlier rounds like he normally does, but instead of connecting, I think he's going to miss, and I do think that he will run out of gas as this fight goes on, while Lomachenko, with his ridiculous training regimen, etc., is used to going the long length in these title fights, etc. So I do think that Lomachenko should be able to use his elite defensive movement. In my opinion, I think he's the best mover in the entire, in all boxing, honestly, just based on the fact that he is able to dodge punches, come forward, step. It's just his reaction timing and everything is ridiculous. And if you know anything about boxing, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. And I think that even though Lopez has beaten some very solid opponents in the past, I don't really think any of them are in the same caliber as Lomachenko, or Lomachenko has gone after some world beaters in the past and he has come out victorious. So for me, I'm more impressed with Lomachenko's experience. I think that he has the better defensive game plan. I think he will be able to cause Lopez to miss with his heavy punches early on before wearing him down as the fight progresses. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be getting a minus 440 favorite at plus 100. Definitely a solid value play there if you want to try to find some value on this boxing fight. But once again, the play of the day here for Saturday, October 17th, is going to be Lomachenko by decision, which is available at plus 100 on Fox Bet. That's been Installment Scott Selections. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.